Well, I guess we'll read Pokey's thing now, right? Because Pokey made out a tweet. And that's why people are saying that he got like bombarded or he got like bullied off like which one? There it is. Okay, so Pokey said, "I will be skipping Castorice. Period. This is not a joke. This is not on my free-to-play account. I will be skipping Castorice and her Lycone on my main Honkai Star Rail account until the end of time. Swear on my content creation career." So from what I heard about this podcast, it's originally supposed to be like a wizardry podcast, but then Pokey heard Shinya talking smack, and then he joined the podcast, and then it turned into a war podcast. So I don't know what the fuck that's about, but I'm a tad bit interested, you know. All right, so what's happening here with the whole Pokey thing?
Like, no one's writing this down, bro.
Okay. We have to keep we have to start holding him accountable. We have to start having
VOD timers. Like, oh, at 20 minutes and 13 seconds, he tells another lie. I was there.
Yeah.
Are they telling about Pokey right now? Oh man, what's going on? What's going on here?
Yo, Mr. Pokey, so Shinya was talking about how you shouldn't say that a character's predatory and then still pull for it. So I think that's what you wanted to talk about.
Nah, sorry, before that, wait, Shinya, why do you think I'm a min picker?
Why do well, I never called you a mint picker, for one.
I mean, you were seriously insinuating it, so why do you think I'm a min picker?
Insinuating you were a mint picker?
Yeah.
Like what do you mean by
So you literally verbatim said that the greedy and stupid is the same thing as min picker. Yeah, so you want to
it's becoming like a meme, right? It's becoming a meme that
it's a meme.
Sort of
okay.
Like against the grain, right? So you're going, so let's be real, like you saying that the passive is acceptable and that like you're going to continue supporting it is against the grain, right? In the content creator space at least, right? It's sort of like now it's becoming a meme that like you're going against like something, you know, like the general consensus of the space. That's it. That's all it is. I'm not calling you in picker. I'm saying it's like the same situation.
I feel like that's not what your intentions were, man. When I was listening to the call, I felt like you were heavily insinuating that the content I was doing with my channel, it was very similar to like MVOC and everything, and you're basically trying to undermine my personal branding. And now you're trying to backtrack into, oh, just, you know, I'm just being a meme and I'm trying to make it funny because like before the global passive thing, you're saying it was like the whole like he's the greedy and stupid thing, right? At least that's what I'm feeling. Yeah.
I mean, I think you're going down the same route. I think you're taking it.
Okay, so it's not a meme then.
Oh man.
So I am becoming MVOC.
Oh man. Oh man.
What now? But if you keep going down the same.
Oh shit. We're starting off strong. Goddamn. So war, man. We just started and there's war, man. We're talking about Pokey going down the NVOC route right now. Oh man. Ooh, strong stuff.
Route, I think you would be, yeah.
Okay, so why do you think that?
Because you're defending the game, basically no matter what. I think that again, like
I'm defending the game no matter what.
Yeah, like Cabinet said, like you're turning the issue, the global passive, into sort of like a meme and sort of undermining like the actual insinuation of how bad it is for the game and turning into like, oh, haha, it's just a joke. Let's move on, right?
I don't think that is like the way that it's been phrased, man.
Oh my god, chat.
Like,
he said the way.
At the end of the day, people that don't want to play JSR, they just don't play JSR. Like for example, Tecton, right? Anyone can say, oh, fuck wizardry, it's not funny or whatever, but
I mean, with the whole, okay, I mean, just to tap back on what Shinya said at first about like how you can't say something is predatory and then pull anyways. Well, I mean, if that's the case, then like all gacha games, you know, no one can be playing gacha games. Because let's be honest, I don't think a single one of us here doesn't realize that gacha games are not predatory, right? But we still play it. You know what I'm saying? Like we still fucking play it. So right. But I will say the global passive thing, I think it's a bit more like it's a bigger leap into like the predatory zone. It's literally unprecedented. Like Hoyo is literally setting this precedent of global passive. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, you know, you just because you know something is like predatory, I guess, doesn't mean that you can't partake in it.
He want to play the game for what the game is, and then he is like perfectly well in the right to do so. And I feel like
like gambling, chat, all in on red, bro. Every time I get my paycheck, bro, I go to the casino, bro, all in on red. I lose my money. I know it's bad, but I still do it anyways. Anyways, can I get some Prime subs?
There's like zero difference in me liking HSR, and why is it being compared to I'm becoming like a meme picker, which is compared to the likes of Enviosity?
Well,
It's
I
like-
think the difference with me and Wizardry is that there's not anything that I say this is really bad, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Right. Whereas the example for a lot of content creators like yourself, Box, Brax, you're saying this is very bad, but I'm gonna play it anyways. Right. I think that's the difference. I don't think there's a parallel for me to make, but you can probably make that a parallel with somebody else. But I don't think that I should be involved in this specific comparison.
So, should I not play HSR because
No.
it's bad because of the global
No,
passive?
just-
No, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that.
Don't support the practice. Like, don't pull for the character. Don't support that. Like, you're continuing to play the game as much as you want, but I think if you are pulling for the character and encouraging, or I think by proxy, by you doing it on stream, you are kind of encouraging other people to do it as well. Even if you're not.
I mean, he's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody sees someone pull for gas.
Necessarily saying you should pull for this character. You just the simple fact of you pulling for it is encouraging the
Yeah,
behavior.
he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Encouraging the behavior or what? Supporting a company
Well,
for like the global passive?
supporting a company for things that they might not necessarily agree with.
Well, I think what's really important is more just you can do this on the creator server and use the characters and show them off and stuff, but by pulling the character and then using it, you know, you'll be using it on stream probably all the time and you'll have the passive forever. I suppose that means that you are supporting pulling the character and supporting that practice by using your currency
So
to get the character. That's what they're-
Yeah, okay. So in like your view, if I pull for Castorice, is being viewed as I'm supporting a predatory practice, which is global passive. But it's not as like, oh, maybe I just want to play the character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Can I
pretty
just,
much
or you just want to play?
We're
Okay.
all kind of supporting predatory practices by just streaming.
I guess.
Okay,
That's
okay.
what they're-
Yeah, okay. So in like your view, if I pull for Castorice, is being viewed as I'm supporting a predatory practice, which is global passive. But it's not as like, oh, maybe I just want to play the character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Can I
pretty
just
much-
Wow. Oh wow, really? I think it could be both. I mean, like it's going to be like mostly largely viewed as like you're supporting the global passive thing, right? I think it can be both. Like I get where Pokey's coming from. Like yeah, you can pull for a character, not for the global like play a character for the character, not the global passive. But I think most people are probably going to take it like the other way, just because it's like more controversial, right? Like it's more popular. He could be pulling Castorice for the character, which I'm sure he is. You know, I'm doing that. I don't really care about the global passive. He's doing that, but what most people are going to see it as is like, you know, supporting global passive thing, whatever the fuck, because, you know, it's Castorice and it's global passive, right? So it really sucks. That's why I really didn't want Castorice to have like the global passive, because like originally I was going to pull for her character anyways. Like I love her character a lot. I think she's really cool. But now that she has the global passive thing slapped onto her as like a label, it's just it just makes pulling her controversial, right? Like even if you're not pulling her for the global passive, it still makes it controversial just because she has the global passive like slapped onto her. It really does suck,
I
man.
just want to play.
We're
Okay.
all kind of supporting predatory practices by just streaming.
I guess what I think.
Exactly. I was gonna get to that. Like, how can that be a moral high ground? Like, you're not being moral, because we are all gacha content creators. We literally play gacha games. It is basically promoting
okay, but
gambling
the
to
thing
kids.
is, I don't think this comparison works, because I think we all accept that we're already doing that. But this is a separate issue within that thing. That's how I see it. I think we all accept that we are essentially doing a morally wrong thing, which is playing gacha games and promoting them. But I believe that this is separate from that. This is a separate, you're supporting something else that leads to something else, rather than this is
It was
a...
like my casino is like worse than your casino, because my casino is
No.
global passive.
No,
It doesn't like that.
I don't think it's not exactly like that either. It's just like we all accept that the evils of gacha, but it's more like this is something that is supporting, leading to a game getting worse, and also leading to an extra predatory thing within it, right? So I think that's kind of the issue that people have with it.
It doesn't like that.
I don't think it's not exactly like that either. It's just like we all accept that the evils of gacha, but it's more like this is something that is supporting, leading to a game getting worse, and also leading to an extra predatory thing within it, right? So I think that's kind of the issue that people have with it, right?
Gotcha.
We're all
Okay.
kind of supporting predatory practices by just streaming.
I guess what I think.
Exactly. I was gonna get to that. Like, how
rather than like leading to a
gambling casino right now for like these gacha games, and at any point of time, if the game ever reached that point, what's stopping you from quitting? Just quit the game.
Right. So
But
let me
if
make,
you're still enjoying fun, right, go for it.
oh I
so
did.
I think
mean,
the
like,
issue that we're having is that what makes a criminal, right? So a criminal is someone who shoplifts because their family needs food and they can't survive, right? But a criminal is also someone who goes out and sets fire to a 7-Eleven, kills somebody. We agree that they're all criminals, but there's levels to this, right? So obviously, I think there's sin involved in everything. I think there's sin involved with being a human. However, I think there's levels to that, and where gacha games are all rooted in negative practices, and I want to make this very clear, I don't think that's just gacha games. I think that's all video games. I think all video games are bad in essence. I think the real world is much more beautiful than video games. However, I don't think it's
Nah, fuck real life.
that big of a deal because there's ways to overcome it. There's ways to enjoy these games in a healthy manner. I don't think there's a way to enjoy global passives in a healthy manner. That's why when people say things like they're all gacha games, they're
Okay. He does explain it better. So I guess what he's trying to say is like gacha games, there's a way to overcome it because free to play pulls, I guess. Like free to play pulls, you don't have to spend money.
I don't think it's that big of a deal because there's ways to overcome it.
So I think TLDR, what he's trying to say is that like there's levels of like being predatory, because he's saying video games in general are like pretty or like rooted in predatory. So I'm guessing like gacha games would be like one level above that because of like the whole gambling aspect, and then global passive is like another layer above that because it's another layer inside another layer. So I think it's the fact that there's like it's a gacha game, but then there's even more gacha on top of that adds like another layer of predatoryism.
There's ways to enjoy these games in a healthy manner. I don't think there's a way to enjoy global passives in a healthy manner. That's why when people say things like they're all gacha games, they're all bad, we're all idiots, well, that just doesn't work because the levels of idiocy that a developer has to kind of rationalize in their head to justify putting that in their game is pretty bad. And I do think if a content creator says that this principle is horrendous, unforgivable, well, then just don't pull it. And I think that's what Shinya's saying. If I'm kind of putting your ideas to words there. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense.
Well, really quickly, I just want to say, I do think that, Mr. Pokey, it's a bit unfair to say if you don't like the thing, just quit, because
That's what I did.
I believe. Well, I mean, I did too, but, but that's not only because of the gold passive or anything.
For
but,
sure. It was the
I
levels
think
of it, right? Like all of it compiling into one.
Well, yeah, but what I think it comes down to, Mr. Pokey, is like, if you do believe that the global passives are bad, then you shouldn't pull it because you are promoting them doing that. Like, they win in a way, and they see that as successful and that people will pull anyways. And then that kind of just makes it so they go, oh, okay, we're going to do this more. They become emboldened to it, right? If you accept that it is so bad, but then you do it anyway, you're only accelerating that process, I think, is more the issue. So even if you truly love the game, you would rather it not go down that path, is kind of how I say it, because I think you as well don't enjoy the global passive thing. So you keep playing the game, keep making content, keep doing whatever you want, but it's more like, I think people see pulling that character as you are essentially saying, yes, make more of this. I think that's people how I see it. Even if you are pulling Castorice because you enjoy the character and the story, people see it as it's also a green light to those practices.
I mean, yeah, no, I honestly, I kind of agree. Like yeah, like so, I see someone in chat saying it wouldn't change much, right? Like realistically, it really wouldn't. Like if one content creator, even like the size of Pokey, is like, yeah, he pulls for Castorice and he gets like a bit more. You put a pull on like which it's only a issue in the West. Well, it's only an issue in the West because we have so like different cultures, right? That doesn't mean that our culture is like wrong. It just means that we have like different cultures. It's like it doesn't mean we have to like put up with it, right? So Pokey's caught at like crossroads right now, right? Because it's just like let's be honest, like I know he wants to pull for Castorice because, you know, first of all, she's an anniversary character. right? She's literally the 2nd-year anniversary character. Not pulling her would be a very big net negative, I guess. I mean, I definitely get where like Tectone's coming from, right? Because like, you know, everyone knows gacha games are already bad, like predatory, but then the fact that they're putting more gacha on top of gacha makes it even worse. Man, bro, chat, I'm at like a 50-50 split right now. I get both sides, man. I get both sides. Chat, I'm a fence sitter, man, or not fence sitter, but I'm very neutral in this one.
You know what it's like?
It's
Are they
like
gonna actually listen? Sorry.
Sorry, it's like Nintendo releasing $90 games for the first time and being the first one to do it. It's like, okay, you have a choice. You can like not buy the games if you don't want to do it, or you could like spend your money on the new games and then normalize it, and then every other game company is like, okay, they did it, now we'll all do it too. And that's also a thing people care about. Other gacha companies will be like, oh shit, Hoyo's doing this thing, it's working, making a shit ton of money, now it's a normalized practice. And that's also like a huge thing people give a shit about.
Yeah,
Well, I just want to make it like clear though, Pokey. Like, I'm not trying to judge you or insult you or anything. I'm just trying to explain like this is how people view it as this thing where like pulling Castorice is a hypocritical or bad thing, because it's like you're essentially saying this is fine. That's kind of how it feels.
Okay, I feel like me personally, whether or not I pull for Castorice, it literally has like almost no impact, because you know I have the early access server. I can play on my viewers account, I can play on my viewers account. Honestly, there's like so many different ways. But the reason why I wanted to pull Castorice for myself is because I just genuinely like playing her, and I like playing this game itself. And I don't know why I should be punished for not pulling a unit in the game that I like to enjoy. Because now, if I were to pull Castorice, it's being linked with the connotation that, oh my god, I'm supporting a predatory practice. When at the end of the day, it's just because I simply like the unit. I want to play the game. I want to play the team. So,
well, you see, yeah, that's like the difficult decision he has to make, right? Like it's like, I want to pull for this character because I like her, but there's a global passive attached to that. So I guess it's up to him to like make a decision, right? Like, do I like this character more than her? Like, which one is more important, right? This seems tame so far, chat. I don't know, man. I don't like using the word bully. They're literally having like a regular conversation here. It's not like he's getting like berated and shit. They're just explaining like their point of views. So keep watching. Okay. They gas at his ass. Bullied where? Okay, so people are telling me to keep watching, but this seems very normal so far. They're just explaining like, you know, like how it is.
Why should I, as a consumer, not even, let's just get away from the gacha creating.
Is peer pressure? Okay, let's see.
Consumer be punished for not pulling for something in a game that I still enjoy?
Well, no, I mean, nobody. You're not going to get punished. People are just going to call you a hypocrite.
No, I'm being punished because I basically can't pull for Castorice. Right? Because if I pull, I'm gonna be labeled as a hypocrite, and I'm gonna label that I'm supporting a predatory practice.
I mean, I'd say that's probably like a punishment, like probably not like the most insane punishment, right? But people are gonna call you out and shit on it, and it's not like a good thing, you know. You obviously don't want that.
Well, I think
obviously I wouldn't want that to happen.
Well, I mean, that's as far as it goes. Like that's it, right? That's the conversation.
Yeah,
the hypocrite. Like, okay.
Yeah, if you do,
so I should just be fine with it.
Yeah, just say, okay, yeah, you're right. I can't practice what I preach, and then just do it, and then just say, fuck it, fuck everybody.
What am I even preaching exactly?
Well,
that people shouldn't pull for Castorice?
Well, yeah, you just made a whole video on like the global passive being bad.
Right, but how does that change anything with people that still want to play for Castorice though? Like, what would that global passive do? Like, if with or without this global passive, people still can play Castorice, right? I
mean, well, technically, unless Pokey said don't pull, it's not practice what you preach, because you can complain about something, but you can still like partake in it, right? Okay, chat, let me get one thing straight. Did he ever say don't pull for global passive? No. So I guess technically it's not really practice what you preach.
Like, it is unfortunate that Castorice now is a global passive, but why does that have to limit the player base that actually want to play Castorice?
Well, I think
why must it be linked with a company's predatory practice?
I don't think people who are pulling on them have a problem with it, right? The casual community just doesn't care, right? But like, what we're saying is don't act like you care and then pull it. That's all we're saying, right? Just say, oh, no, I don't really give a fuck.
But I do care about it. So why can't I just pull it, even though I like playing the game?
Okay. Because, well, you know what people are gonna say. They're gonna.
I think what it is he cares, but like not enough. Which is, chat. That's me, guys. I care, but not enough. Okay. It's fuck you guys.
Say, well, clearly you don't care that much if you still pull.
I think
this train logic just doesn't make sense to me, because I should be very well in my own right to just still enjoy the game and play the unit that I want to play, while still saying that global passive is a bad thing.
Well, I think
So
you
this global
can-
passive, let's just say if global passive didn't happen on Castorice, it happened on an Nexa, it happened on like Mighty or whatever. But why should that stop me as a player from putting these units? Why should it always be linked to the, oh my god, I'm supporting a predatory practice, when at the end of the day, we're all fucking playing gacha games, man?
Okay, so
Well,
once
you
again,
you accept though that you do play gacha games and that it is an evil or essentially like a bad thing, right? So I think what they're saying is you should also
It's pretty evil. I mean, I don't know what they think, but I 1,000,000% know I'm playing a gacha game, and that shit is evil, bro.
accept
That shit is evil, bro.
pulling Castorice is also a bad thing, and you're going kind of against what you are what you're
Evil? Yeah, it is evil. What are you talking about, chat? We're playing a gambling, bro. We're playing gambling games. It's not evil. Okay. It depends on your guys' definition of evil. I think it is pretty evil because it brings like gambling to kids. It's gambling for kids, chat. It's gambling for kids. That's why I think it's evil. Maybe you guys have like a different definition, but I 1,000,000% know that gacha games are like fucking giga predatory, right?
preaching essentially.
It's literally gambling, chat. It's literally fucking gambling.
Maybe preach isn't the best word, but essentially
It's worse than like microtransactions too. This is like microtransactions like +1.
what you're saying is this is bad.
And people already
but you
hate
avoid it
microtransactions
anyways,
so much.
So it's the same as the gotcha argument. So you just have to accept you're doing something bad. I think that's what they're trying to say.
Or people can also come to the conclusion, oh, people just want to have fun in gacha game. And if that's gonna make the day.
Nah, but okay, so Pokey, like, you can't have both, right? Like, yeah, so I guess Pokey, what he needs to understand is, like, you can't really have both, like, not in this situation. Yeah, that's their point, is, yeah, I guess that's what they're trying to tell him, because Pokey's like, yeah, I'm pulling specifically for Castorice and not her global passive, but in this situation, you can't really do that, because her global passive is literally tied to, you know, you can't just be seen as pulling for her because you like her character. You're always going to be seen as both sides, right? There's always going to be people seeing you as like pulling because global passive, and the other side who's like pulling because he likes the character. That's what I mean by you can't have both. People are not going to see it like that, or like not everyone's going to see it like that. So that's why it's like a really difficult choice.
Then so be it.
Right, but you don't understand that if someone's going live and saying this is really bad, this is going to destroy the game, this is horrible for the game state, but I pulled it anyways. It's like you don't get like how that's just like people are going to call you a hypocrite for that.
Okay, then am I supposed to lie and say I love global passive? You know, like I actually love global passive.
I'm not lying when I say that, chat. I love global
And
passive.
it's the best thing in the world.
I love it.
Then what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I think you're going to two extremes.
I'm kidding, by the way, chat. Just in case anyone fucking thinks I'm kidding. I'm not kidding that much though, because I'm still pulling, but I'm kidding on a smaller level.
It's going to two extremes. I think you want to have your cake and eat it too. I think that's the issue, right?
Okay, so
Yep.
I'm supposed to not love global passive, and I'm supposed to not pull Castorice, or I'm supposed to love global passive, and only then can I pull for Castorice. Is that the logic?
No, or just don't care.
No.
Makes sense to me.
No,
you guys
people
wanted
will
to
call you a
do?
hypocrite no matter what, man, essentially in this situation. So, like, you just have to accept, yeah, okay, people are going to call me that. I don't like the global passives, but I pulled it anyways. Yeah, okay, fine, that goes
I
against
think there's
what
just there's not a single scenario here where I can come out like me doing the right thing. Because
I'm
you
gonna be
can't
real.
make me not like the game. Like, I do like the game.
Yeah, I will say Pokey, as of right now, he's kind of cooked, man. He's kind of cooked because it's like, well, first of all, he says he's pulling for Castorice now, right? Which people are like, you know, there's like, oh my god, Pokey's pulling for Castorice, and then he kind of like like if he backs off, then the people on the other side is gonna be like, hey, big Pokey, he's not pulling, and then the other side's gonna be like, man, you fucking. You changed your mind, you asshole. Like, you're supposed to be with us. You're supposed to... Yeah, there's no winning for him right now, man. It's kind of cooked, bro. It's kind of cooked.
Game. So
He's
why am I
he's too deep into the hole right now.
forced to either not care about global passive?
Who the fuck cares? It's up to... I mean... It's up to Pokey to see if he cares or not, right? Like, well, what does he want to do in, like, this situation? Like, does he care that people are... you know, blah, 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 and all that, you know, Twitter comments and all that shit, you know?
Or think that global passive
It's up to him to see, like, which side is, like, better to choose.
a bad thing, and at the same time I can't pull for Castorice, or think that global passive is a good thing, and then only then I can pull for Castorice.
You see, here's
Doesn't
the
make sense to
thing.
me.
There is actually no winning because the company is doing something that's bad and it is affecting you. There is actually no winning here for you, Pokey, realistically. You either
Okay, so I
lose
should
out on
just quit the
having
game
fun with the... No.
no one's saying that.
But, like, it's not about quitting the game. It's just basically saying, like, I still like the game. I still like Castorice, even though I hate the global passive thing. I'm still just going to enjoy the game. You guys can, like... hate on me for that, but whatever. I still like the game, and the passive sucks. Hopefully, they don't do it too much in the future. I think it's just
That's my route. That's what I'm taking, chat. That's the box. I wanna trademark that, chat. That's the box 2 route.
I guess the question is, why should a person hate a content creator for enjoying the game?
Well,
I don't think anybody's
Not for enjoying the game. I think Pokey's portraying it in a pretty bad way there. They're hating it because well, they don't see it like that, you know. It goes back to the whole thing about like some people aren't gonna say it like that. You know, no one's gonna hate him for enjoying the game. They're gonna hate him for what in their eyes looks like supporting like the predatory practice.
I don't think
People love drama.
He just did it. He just did it. He just said that you're gonna have to come to terms with the fact that people are gonna hate me for playing.
No, they're gonna say they're gonna hate on you, but also people will.
Yeah, they're gonna hate on you. Yeah.
That's just
anything you do.
Like,
you were put into this position because of this entire situation with the global passives. It is a lose-lose situation for you no matter what, and it sucks. People are going to hate content creators in any sort of space when these kinds of things happen, whether they support something.
Chat, I just want to let you guys know that if you guys think this is peer pressure so far, I don't think this is peer pressure. I really don't think so, man. They're literally just explaining to Pokey he can't have his cake and eat it at the same time. They're not actively going like, you can't pull Castorice. That's not what they're saying, chat. They're saying, or at least like what the other 5 people are saying is like, yeah, like you just got to like, you know, you just got to know that not everyone's going to like see it that way. They're not telling Pokey not to pull for Castorice. They literally said it's fine. Like they're giving him routes that he can go right now.
Where they go against something. That's just realistic how it is. You're honestly just unlucky that you're put into this position that Hoyoverse essentially created the global passive, realistically. And we're not saying.
I think it might look like peer pressure. I don't think so, to be honest. I really don't think so. It probably looks like bullying or like peer pressure because there's 5 people against him right now, right? I don't think it's like that.
It's just this an inevitability that will happen. And it sucks, but like you basically just have to choose, am I going to pull the character and then people will call me like a hypocrite? Am I not going to pull them, but then I don't get to have fun? It just kind of sucks. That's all there is to it. We're not saying what's right or wrong exactly of what.
Yeah, maybe it happens later. Some people are saying it happens later. I'll see.
I feel the irony is this environment where you say that people will hate on me because of this character thing, at least it's not something that is very prevalent, because especially for majority of playbase, I think you guys have also seen it, very few people actually care about this, and the people that actually do care about this a lot, they probably are halfway through the door of creating Honkai already. Because let's just be real, every single people in this room, you guys probably don't really play this out that much anymore, right?
Yeah.
No.
I would say I played quite a bit until recently, and then Amphorius, the launch of Amphorius killed all enjoyment that I have. So I'd probably say in the past 18 weeks, I have not played that much.
Same.
Right. So I think my bottom line is, if the majority of the player base are feeling like, okay, this thing's happening, but I'm still gonna be able to enjoy the game, why isn't it on the community that says, oh my god, this guy is or like hate on this guy? Why should a content creator be getting hate in the first place when he is playing this game by putting for this unit?
Well,
Is it because he's facing this moral dilemma, right? Like if you were to pull for casual, then you are going to be supporting predatory practices.
What do you guys want out of him here, might I ask? Like, what do you want from him? Like, what do you want from Mr. Pokey here? Sorry to.
Oh, I don't especially want anything, but I mean, all I would say, Mr. Pokey, is like, I think people are just gonna be mad at you no matter what you do, essentially, and you just kind of have to ignore them. And I think the more you care, the more people are going to just use that against you. Honestly, Mr.
I think it's more like the people. The people. By the way,
I have no dog in this fight, man. Like I'm just
right. Absolutely, yeah. None of you guys really care that much of results, anyways. But I feel that people that you mentioned, they are gonna hate on me because no matter what I do, people that hate on me for pulling for Castorice because it's a global passive. I would say it's a very minority of people, because I feel that when I'm playing the game and if I want to play Castorice and all that kind of stuff, I'm still well within my own enjoyment and I have fun doing this kind of stuff I'm doing. Whereas the people that say, oh my god, why can this guy? How dare he pull for Castorice because it's global passive? I think it's more like on these people, and I'm questioning why should these people even have like give 2 shits about me pulling in the first place, because I don't think that has any connotation with me.
Well, it's not why. Like, people are gonna hate, dude. It's the internet, right? It's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. Like, it really doesn't like matter what he does now. It's just like the global passive thing is an AOE taunt range attack, bro. You just can't get away from it, man. So I think from what I'm gathering, Pokey's biggest thing right now is like, why should people hate on me for pulling on Castorice, even though I'm pulling her for like her gameplay, right? Or like the thing. We already talked about this at first, right? Which is just like, you can't really have your cake and eat it at the same time in this specific situation.
I feel like this issue is just so simple, right? Like there is a way that you win, and that's putting your morals above your enjoyment for a game. and then you win. You're like, yep, the character's bad. I don't like it. Even though I want to play it, I'm not going to pull it because I don't think it's good for the direction of the game. And I feel like that's just a win. You don't want to do that. That's fine. Then just say, yeah, you're right, guys. I know I said it was bad, but I pulled.
I guess it's a win for your morals. I mean, there's like wins in like different areas too, right? Like that's a moral win. Analytic win, nah, not really. Like win like getting everyone to agree or like to be on your side, not really too, because like again we already established you can't really have everyone be on your side even if you switch to no global passive or like switch to not pulling on Castorice, right? But yeah, I mean it depends on what you call a win, right? There's like a lot of definitions of like win here, like morally winning, analytically winning, have everyone on your side winning, whatever the fuck.
Anyways, because it's fun. People are gonna shit on you. Oh well.
So the win is the win is me putting my morals higher than my personal enjoyment, because not putting Castorice is the moral thing to do.
No, for what you have said, right? For what you have said, which is this is bad for the game. It's very predatory.
Right.
CN, look at this. All this bullshit with Sunday, right? It's not looking good. I don't like this for my game, so I'm not going to pull for it, right?
Okay.
Now, it would have been no issue if you said, I don't care. But it's just because you said that you cared, but now your actions are going against what you said you cared about. Hopefully that makes sense.
But I do care though. I can't pretend I don't care, because I care a lot about this game.
But you don't care enough to not pull.
Why should me caring about global passive affect my decision of wanting to play Castorice as a unit itself?
Because of what Castorice represents.
So she represents predatory practice?
Yes, yeah. The worst one in pretty much Gods of history in the past 10 years.
Okay, so I basically blacklist Castorice. So even though she might be a very fun unit, I need to be going above and beyond that and sacrifice my fun and just don't pull for Castorice.
If that's what you want to do, but if you don't want to do it, then you don't have to do it. I'm just saying if you...
No, it's not about the... Yeah. But it's like the right thing, right? It's the right thing to do. It's not about what I wanted, but it's like the right thing.
Yeah, like 100%. Like there are business...
Oh, chat, I think what Tecton is saying is right. Am I crazy, chat? Like he's literally saying like you don't have to. He's pretty much saying you can pull for Castorice, but you can't pretend like you care about like the whole thing then, or like at least in his words, you don't care enough to like not pull, which is essentially what I'm doing, right? I'm saying I care about the global passive, but not enough for me to not pull it, and he's kind of presenting Pokey with like the same thing right now, right?
Right, and businessmen are going to do businessmen shit, right? I had this conversation with Brax the other day. He was like, yeah, you're right, I am being pretty hypocritical. I had this conversation with Brand Online the other day where I said, why the fuck are you going live and saying Malvika's banner is so bad, and then you C6 the damn unit? And he said, yeah, you're right, I'm being hypocritical. And that's pretty much it. Just say, oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's pretty hypocritical. Pull it anyways. Go have your fun. You know what I mean? That's just pretty much it. But I think you're sweating this a lot more than it needs to be sweat. Because like you're right,
no, just
like,
because
the
there's
majority
been this
of people do
sentiment going
care.
around, like yeah, like I just think that there's been this sentiment going around me where like, oh my god, I'm supporting predatory practice when I feel like my bottom line is I like playing this game, I like playing this unit, and there's nothing too deep about it. I just like playing this game. But I need to stop this narrative, and I guess right now, from the way you say it, the only way I can stop this narrative is because since people think Castorice is like the predatory unit, I just don't put her and put her above my enjoyment.
Yeah, and honestly, whether you do or whether you don't, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, your
I just like playing this game. There's been this sentiment going around me where like, oh my god, I'm supporting predatory practice when I a
lot more than it needs to be sweat. Because like you're right,
no, just
like,
because
the
there's
majority
been this
of people
sentiment
do
going
care.
around, like yeah, like I just think that there's been this sentiment going around me where like, oh my god, I'm supporting predatory practice when I feel like my bottom line is I like playing this game, I like playing this unit, and there's nothing too deep about it. I just like playing this game.
Yeah, like I think I 1,000,000% understand where Pokey's coming from, right? Where he just wants to play Castorice, and he's pulling her for a character, but people are not seeing it that way. So in his eyes, it's unfair. You know, it's unfair because like, man, I don't even give a fuck about this global passive thing. I just want the character. But people are like, man, you're supporting predatory practices, right? And this is like this is just a situation. This is what they're trying to explain to him right now. This is just not a situation where you can have both right now, right? You literally just cannot like have it happen, because that's what Pokey wants right now. Pokey wants to pull Castorice and not be seen as like a predatory practice supporter, right? But everyone here is like, nah, you can't really do that. Nah, you can't really do that right now.
But I need to stop this narrative, and I guess right now, from the way you say it, the only way I can stop this narrative is because since people think Castorice is like the the predatory unit. I just don't put her and put her above my enjoyment.
Yeah, and honestly, whether you do or whether you don't, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, your chat doesn't care. Your chat will not give a fuck. The people who don't watch you definitely care. Right. So, I mean, honestly, if you want to play the character, you can. You'll always have a Honkai Star Rail chat, and they'll say, yeah, Mr. Pokey, zero cycle that shit with Castorice. But, like, for your own words, the minority of people who do care, yeah, they're going to shit talk you, but it is what it is. But I do think it's pretty fair to say, if you think this thing is bad, well, then don't interact with it.
Sure.
Yeah, because I think the only reason why people would call you that is because you said, oh, you have an issue with it. It's like the same thing when I had an issue with Genshin's weapon banner. I said it was bad, so I stopped pulling on it until they added the pity system in, right? So it's like
me having an issue with global passive doesn't mean I have an issue with Castorice as a unit.
Well, but she has one now.
But it's tied to her. Yeah, it's tied to her.
Bomb, right? I just gotta skip.
If you care to put what you're preaching above your enjoyment of the game, yes. But if you want to go have fun, yeah, just take it on the chin. People are going to shit on you for a little bit.
But the thing is, I'm not preaching for people to skip Castorice though. I'm preaching that I'm saying global passive is a bad thing, and it's just very unfortunate that right now, at least the chat I'm seeing, there's no gray line, right? It's basically Castorice is a bad unit, and if you pull, you're a bad person. So now you gotta skip her. Even though she's as a unit by herself, she's very enriching. Oh my god, she's very interesting. She's bringing new HP mechanic in version 3, but unfortunately, because she has the global passive, we gotta skip, right?
No, okay. So once again, nobody is shitting on anybody for pulling Castorice.
You guys are though.
No, hold up.
You guys literally are shitting.
Hold up. I'm adding the addendum. People are only shitting on people who are saying Castorice is bad, she's bad for the game, and then pulling her.
Okay.
If someone said, I love, like, they genuinely don't care about global passive, and then they pull Castorice, no one has an issue, right? It's like, okay, you don't care anyway, who cares what the
By the way,
is?
I'm not shitting on anybody of any sort, I just don't care. But I'm just explaining.
It's always don't care, but the thing is, a lot of people do care, and especially why this is even the topic of discussion for this.
Oh yeah,
because a lot of people do care about this, even though like almost I would say like 80% of people probably don't even pay attention in the first place. Because it's not representing
really
what
seriously, and it can be dangerous. You can feel really, really bad. You can feel victimized. You guys are way bigger than I am, and I know that you must get like some really, really bad shit said to you, like over just trying to have fun in games and shit. I get
the
it.
thing is, I feel like it's really just very unfortunate that Castorice, as of at least the chat that I'm seeing around, the community I'm seeing right now, she's a unit that represents to you guys that, okay, she is global passive.
Yep.
And if you pull Castorice, you are supporting global passive. And it's unfortunate it is this way. It's no longer, if you want to pull Castorice, it's because you want to play Castorice. And since there can be, no in between in this place, then I guess the more thing to do is to skip Castorice, which I just think is very, very unfortunate.
I agree. It sucks. Is I wanted to pull Castorice too because she looks fucking awesome.
She looks nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, like she looked.
The thing.
Yeah.
Pokey. The thing is, like, that's why I'm saying, like, it's not.
No, they're 100% right, guys. They're literally 100% right. I think everyone like knows like Castorice is like a really cool unit. Like, but it's the fact that she's tied to like the global passive is just making everything like so controversial, right?
Really, your fault that this.
I don't think there's anything even like drama about this podcast, well, except for the first part where I guess Shinya told Pokey that he was going down the enviosity path, which is like, ooh, yeah, Thankfully, they didn't really touch up on that too much like later on, but. Literally the entire summary here is that they're trying to like explain to Pokey that like, Pokey, Castorice can't have both. You pull on her, you either get hated or you get hated, and it's up to you which hated side you would rather take, right?
You were thrown into this situation. It's just an unfortunate situation, and it's also on the back of a pile of a bunch of different grievances people had with Honkai Star Rail, and this is the big, like, basically every grievance people had with Honkai Star Rail is coming to a head with Castorice. And this is just like the situation you're thrown into, realistically. So,
sure.
Oh, your occupational hazard at this point.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I remember when I saw Castorice, bro, when I saw her in the story, she was so cool. Then I saw the leaks of her fucking dragon attack. Bro, that shit looks busted. And then I saw that she had a global passive, and I was like, wow, this really sucks. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I'm going to stop playing. I mean this genuinely. I didn't want to stop playing. I didn't. I really wanted to continue playing Honkai Star. I fucking love that game. But, like, the story direction's going downhill. Xiaoji fucking sucks. The principles of global passives being added is just ridiculous. Knowing that's being added to more characters characters is fucking ridiculous. The combat is more and more less about what you're fighting and more about who you're bringing, which is just like, yeah, I'm good. It's just not really going in a good spot for me. And that's why I said I'm going to stop playing, because if I said all that and I continued playing, people would call me a hypocrite. And to be honest, people call me everything. People call me things that are way worse. But it's one of those things where it's just like, if you're going to say that something's bad, then don't support it. And if you are, accept that there's going to be criticism involved. I do think, stop searching your name for who's shit talking you, Pokey. Stop doing that.
Respectfully, the fact that that person was in your server the entire time and didn't get banned, it's either you or your mods not doing their job. So like, it is.
Oh, I don't go in that. I don't go on that server, to be completely honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that person was pretty crazy. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but also it's like,
your ass.
but it's also it's like, okay, do we really want to take one shatter in a Discord of 90,000 people and say like, I can't believe you noticed this guy? I mean, people get through the cracks all the time.
The style you say is pretty interesting, so I think it's a pretty funny joke. It's a pretty funny example. And
Yeah.
I think at this point it's no longer like more like a one guy. I think like majority of your chat and like Gacha Police, they all hate me now because I still like playing HSR, so it is what it is, man.
No, I don't think so. But I mean, I can definitely.
I can definitely speak about Gacha Police. Dude, Gacha Police fucking hates Pokey, bro. Oh my god, they fucking hate his ass, man. I don't know about Tectone's chat. I don't really go there too much now. He streams literally when I sleep. His Discord, I don't fucking search Mr. Pokey's name on Tectone's Discord. What kind of high-level parasocial plus 50 on parasocial levels is that? I'm not doing that bullshit. But I do know that on Twitter, like, Gacha Police, Tectone's like Twitter community, goddamn, bro. They fucking hate his ass so much, man.
I understand how it feels that way. But yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Pokey, I do think it's sort of a one guy situation where like anyone, this happens to every streamer, you'll always see the more negative stuff than the positive or the neutral, right? It's just, we'll always see that.
Yeah,
Always
absolutely. Yep. All right, I'm sorry for reading your wizardry class. I know chat wants me gone. Right, bye guys.
Peace.
Goodbye.
See you later, man.
Wizardry. Yeah, guys, never as a content creator go into a server and type your name and look for who's shit talking you. Never do that.
Oh, boy.
That's just like not
That
a
would
good
probably
thing. Like,
that would probably hurt.
oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure if I were to go to
Yeah, I remember yesterday when I went to my own Discord server and people shit talked me fucking everywhere, bro. Talking about who's this Box 2 guy? Ew, you watch Box 2 in my own fucking server, bro. Talking about Box 2 and then some dude going like, who? Who is this motherfucker? What are you talking about, bro? Man, bro. Yeah, these guys don't understand the pain of searching your own name in your own Discord server and having people shit talk you. Not even someone else's Discord server, bro. It's just crazy, man. Like, it's fucking crazy, bro. Yeah. And my mod's fault, by the way. My mod's fault. Well, I guess that's where it ends. The whole situation. We might as well make this into a YouTube video. Probably gives like a better perspective of like how to view this situation, because I think there's a lot of people right now in chat right now too that are taking this the wrong way about like bullying and shit. Oh wait, there it is. We'll read this in a bit. About like, oh, Pokey got bullied, like you know, he's got peer pressure into making that. I think it was a fair thing. They didn't pressure Pokey into not pulling Castorice. I don't think anyone has said that. They're just saying that if you don't want the consequences of pulling for Castorice, then don't pull for Castorice. But if you don't care about that, then you don't have to pull for then you can pull for Castorice, right? That's the entire thing, man. I don't think there's anything too crazy about this one, to be honest. Like, yeah, but if you guys enjoyed the video, bye-bye, just subscribe. I stream every day at 10, 11 p.m. PST. You know, I've been doing that for a while now. You know, we've been daily streaming, so that's great. Love you guys. I'll subscribe. Peace. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.